I promise you, I did not expect to wake up today and Harry and Meghan returning to the UK being breaking news. Because my thing is, like, I'm not a royalist. And I actually don't think a lot of you guys are either. I just think there is a different kind of obsession when it comes to Harry and Meghan. Because when it's around the man who's actually going to be king one day and the woman who will be queen one day, no one gives a hoot. Like, I never see the kind of, like, excitement or, like, pandemonium and news cycle around anything, absolutely anything that William and Kate do. Like, I don't see it. And so that leads me to believe, like, I think a lot of the British people actually really, really like Harry and Meghan. I do. I think it's kind of like a misplaced emotion around it. Like, they want to like them, but, like, inherently, because of different factors, clearly, they feel like, no, I don't want to like them. Ugh. Like, you know, like a... You know them kind of like kids in primary school where, like, they bully other people because, like, they want to have friends and they don't know how to get them. It's like, oh, I just want people to like me. That's kind of the energy that's around Harry and Meghan. Like, you guys like them, don't you? You find them actually kind of like, you find them interesting. They intrigue you somehow. Because the traditional method, i.e. his brother and that wife, they bore you. You don't ever want to talk about them. Ever. Even when they do things where it's like, hey guys, we're going to be different too. Like, we're not going to be traditional. We're not going to live in a palace like the rest of our ancestors. Like, we're going to go live in a McMansion in Surrey, in, like, a county town. And, like, it's not a palace, but it's almost similar to one. Come and look at it with us. And you guys played it dust. You guys played it dust. William and his wife said, we're not going to move into Windsor Palace or Buckingham Palace. We're going to get a cute little country manor and we're going to be king and queen from there. The news cycle looked at it and said, huh. Took a few pictures of inside, said, huh. And then moved on. And they just moved on. Like, no one gives a heck. Even still to this day, there's, like, speculation if the two are even still together. But, like, no one cares. No one cares if they are still together or not. Like, no one generally cares. But mind you, Harry and Meghan, they've got a one-way flight to Heathrow, you say. Interesting. Breaking news cycle. Like, it takes nothing for them to get you guys' attention. And you guys just run with it. So that lets me know that, like, I don't know if a lot of you are actually royalists. Because, like, would a true royalist not just go hard for all of the royal family and, like, just, like, give the same kind of energy across the board? You know, I see majority of people who are royalists just giving critique. And it's given just fanfare. Like, it's just given fanfare, if I'm being honest. The critique is always just to Harry and Meghan. There is no sense of, like, critical thought or even, like, excitement for any other royal family member. It's just Harry and Meghan. It's the Harry and Meghan show. And you guys are like, oh, they're so insufferable. They make everything about them. No, you guys do. You guys make everything about them. They're now coming back to the UK and it's plastered. I kid you not. I went to a shop to get some milk. It's plastered on every newspaper. It's a sickness. It's a sickness.
You know, having the royal family without Harry is like having the Rolling Stones without Keith Richards. You've got to have him in there. Because they are looking otherwise a bit denuded, aren't they? I think.
Broken, yeah.
But Diana had two boys, and we've lost one of them, you know.
And when you go back that image of her at the funeral, and he's this big, and you feel, God, what he's gone through. Shocking.
Were you in this country in '97?
No, but I've watched it from
yeah, because I just think when if
the whole world.
Yeah, I know, but just
I am, in contrast to all of you, I am utterly delighted. My only proviso being that I hope that they have as nice a life here as they did in California. I am all for it. They were hounded out of this country by the media, egged on by the royal palaces. They were bounced out, and they've made the best of it. And they have been such a loss. If you look at the contents of the palace balcony for a fly past, there's nobody there. I mean, there's all between sort of 60 and death, basically. You know,
that's not true. I mean, we've had Louis. Louis's a big draw. George, you've got all
but they're not I know they're not coming back as working royals, but I bet you after the Invictus Games, Harry will be. He is. I'm sure Cameron will confirm this. I've not seen him in person. I've never met him, but the way he handles a crowd, the ability, the affinity he has with people, that's like his mother, and he is a natural performer. Unlike William, who is, in my eyes, kind of entitled and rather pompous. And I have said for a long time now that what I would like to see is Henry IX.
Right, so you'd make him king?
I would.
Right.
I said it half an hour ago in the green room.
Nothing if not consistently.
Yeah.
Nothing. But
might be a few.
He's just truly British at the end of the day, and he just misses home. But I don't know. It's very odd. It's all been a complete surprise to us, hasn't it? And it doesn't fill me with joy. Doesn't fill me with sadness. I'm fairly neutral about it.
Surprised, but on the other hand, I can kind of see for him, probably feels a bit cast aside. So he's come back, and I guess the guy lost his mother, so cut him a break sort of thing.
Squaddies, let's be honest for a second. If Harry and Meghan were really as irrelevant as some people have been telling us for years, why does the British media suddenly look like somebody rang a fire alarm? The news drops that Harry and Meghan could be spending more time in the UK, and boom, articles everywhere, TV discussions, commentators giving their opinions, people suddenly analysing where they're going to live, what the children might do, what this could mean for the royal family. Hold on a minute, I thought nobody cared. I thought Harry was finished. I thought Meghan was unpopular. I thought the British public had supposedly moved on. So why does everybody suddenly have their microphone switched on? And that's what makes this whole thing so funny. Because sometimes you don't need a poll to tell you that somebody still matters. Just look at the reaction. Harry and Meghan have barely stepped back into the British conversation, and already they're dominating it. That's impact. Now, one of the most interesting things to come out of all this is Liz Jones writing in the Daily Mail with that headline, "Welcome home Meghan and Harry, why we need you more than ever." Squaddies, the Daily Mail. You couldn't write this stuff. For years, we've watched sections of the British press hammer Harry and Meghan from every possible direction. Now, one of those same media spaces is basically saying, "Come back, we need you." Well, hello there. What happened? Did everybody suddenly discover that Harry and Meghan are actually interesting? Because regular people already knew that. And let's be real, Harry and Meghan bring something different. Whether you support them or criticise them, people talk about them. They generate conversation, they generate headlines, they get people arguing in the comments, they get people watching. And that's exactly what the media business wants. Attention, eyes on the screen, clicks, conversations. You can't tell me Harry and Meghan are irrelevant while simultaneously turning their potential return into an all-day news event. That doesn't add up. It's like saying you don't like someone's cooking while standing outside their restaurant waiting for the doors to open. And here's the bigger point. Harry and Meghan didn't need to do some huge royal spectacle to create this reaction. They didn't announce they're becoming working royals again. They didn't say they're moving back into a palace. They didn't say they're asking William and Kate for jobs. They're simply considering spending more time in Britain for their family. That's it. And look at the reaction. That tells you something. There is still enormous curiosity around this couple. People want to know what they're doing. People want to know what their children will experience. People want to know whether Harry will reconnect more closely with his father. And people are wondering whether Meghan can actually come back to Britain and live her life without the same level of hostility she experienced before. That's the real conversation. Because if Harry and Meghan are coming back, the question shouldn't only be, what are Harry and Meghan going to do? Britain needs to ask, how are we going to treat them? That's where regular people come into this, because you can feel the difference in some of the public comments. People aren't just saying welcome home, they're saying please let them have some peace. They're saying can the media behave themselves? They're saying they hope the bullying stops. That's important, because there are people watching this whole situation thinking, hold on, haven't we been here before? Harry and Meghan come back, the cameras arrive, the headlines explode, every photograph gets analysed, every word gets picked apart, and suddenly you've got another circus. Nobody needs that. If this really is supposed to be a new chapter, then let it actually be new. Let Harry be a son, let Meghan be a mother, let Archie and Lilibet experience Britain without being turned into walking headlines, and let this family breathe. Because here's the funny part, the people who spent years telling us Harry and Meghan were irrelevant may have accidentally proven the exact opposite.
Squaddies, hold up, pause the tape. Are you serious right now?
So after years of dragging them, writing 500 unhinged op-eds a day and telling them to get lost across the Atlantic, the British tabloids are suddenly down on their knees begging. Now Liz Jones is out here dropping "Welcome home, Meghan and Harry, we need you" headlines, while daytime TV is straight up admitting the firm is empty and completely broken without them. You can't make this up. The absolute audacity is off the charts. Let's be real about what's actually happening here. Regular folks are out here struggling to pay rent and buy eggs, while the royal palace is running on absolute fumes. They pushed out the only two people who had genuine drip, real charisma and actual star power. William and Kate were supposed to be the glorious future, but let's state the obvious. Without Harry and Meghan, the palace is giving pure substitute teacher energy. It's dry, it's boring, and nobody is tuning in for it. The British media literally chased the Sussexes out of the country with pitchforks, screamed good riddance, and tried to act like they didn't care. Now, they're looking around at a crumbling institution, realising their ratings are in the gutter, and dropping down on main television, begging for the main characters to return. Talk about getting caught red-handed. They didn't hate Harry and Meghan. They were obsessed with them. They were feeding off their energy for clicks, and now that the fridge is empty, they're starving. It's the ultimate humble pie. Harry and Meghan are living their best life, thriving, getting their bags, making their moves, and the monarchy is crumbling in real time, begging them to come back and save the family business. If I'm Harry and Meghan, I'm checking those dramatic headlines, taking a long sip of iced coffee under a California palm tree, leaving those messages on red, and letting the palace continue to panic. The circus lost its main act, and now the ringmasters don't know what to do. Squaddies, this is the part of the story that really gets me. People are happy Harry and Meghan can be coming back. They're excited, they're curious. Some are saying welcome home, but there's another message coming through loud and clear. Please, can the media leave them alone this time? And honestly, that's a fair question. People haven't forgotten what happened before. They remember the headlines, the endless commentary, the photographers, and the ridiculous level of scrutiny Meghan faced. So now, Harry and Meghan may be spending more time in Britain, and ordinary people are basically saying, welcome back, but somebody keep the press on a leash. Because what's the point of welcoming them home if the moment they arrive, every move becomes tomorrow's headline? Harry and Meghan are parents, Archie and Lilibet are children. They deserve to experience Britain without having every family moment turned into media content. Some of the public comments are saying something very simple. Let them have peace. Let them come home. Can the media behave themselves? That's important because people are tired of the constant royal drama. We don't need royal family WWE every morning. William versus Harry, Meghan versus Kate, Palace versus Sussexes, ding ding, round 47. Regular people have bills to pay, children to get ready for school, and traffic to survive. They don't need another royal argument every time they open their phones. If Harry and Meghan really are returning, Britain has a chance to show whether anything has changed. Can Harry walk around without being chased? Can Meghan attend an event without every facial expression becoming a headline? Can Archie and Lilibet simply be children? Those aren't unreasonable demands, they're basic decency. Harry and Meghan don't need everyone to love them. They don't need the entire press to join the Sussex squad. Just behave. That's it. So if Britain genuinely wants to welcome them, let them live, let them raise their children, and let them reconnect with family. Cover them if you want, but cover them like human beings, not targets. Because here's the truth, squaddies. A welcome home only means something if people actually feel welcome when they arrive. Harry and Meghan may be coming home, but this time the old treatment shouldn't come with them. Squaddies, let me finish with what I think is the real issue here. Harry and Meghan can decide where they live, where their children go to school, how much time they spend in Britain, and how involved they want to be with the royal family. Those choices belong to them. But there's one thing they can't control, the media. And that's where Britain has a serious test. If Harry and Meghan really are coming back, the question is simple. Can everybody just behave themselves this time? Because we've seen how crazy the coverage can get. One photograph, one outfit, one facial expression, and suddenly you've got 20 headlines arguing about what Meghan's eyebrow was thinking. But what's interesting is that ordinary people aren't just saying welcome back. They're also saying, please let them have some peace. And that's important. People remember the relentless coverage, the constant commentary, and the pressure Harry and Meghan faced before. So if Britain wants this to be a fresh chapter, then make it fresh. Harry and Meghan aren't asking everyone to become Sussex squad members. They're asking for something much simpler. basic respect. You can disagree with them without harassing them. You can report on them without turning every private moment into a national emergency. And most importantly, Archie and Lilibet deserve to experience Britain without being treated like walking headlines. Harry and Meghan have already built boundaries around their family. They're not returning to hand control of their lives back to the palace or the press. They can be in Britain without becoming working royals. They can raise their children here without giving the media unlimited access. They can reconnect with family while maintaining the independent life they've built. So now the ball is in Britain's court. If the media respects their boundaries, maybe this really can be a fresh new chapter. But if the old behaviour starts again, people will notice. Because ordinary Brits are already asking, can the media behave themselves now? That's not a huge demand, it's basic common sense. Let the family live, let them work, let them raise their children, let Meghan experience Britain without being treated like a walking headline. Because Harry and Meghan may be coming home, but the old treatment doesn't have to come with them. And Squaddies, if Britain can manage that, maybe everybody can finally put the royal drama down and go have a cup of tea. Thank you all for watching. I'm your host, Miles. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe and join the family. And remember, Squaddies, keep the tea hot, the drama hotter, and don't let the royal circus fool you. Catch you in the next one. God bless you and have a blessed week ahead.